All right, dudes, welcome back, Mr. Mouse. So, hello, sir. Number one with the crown. Yeah. Interesting, dude. I don't know how I feel about the crown still, but I hope you guys like it. I don't know. I don't know. It's neat. It's good. It's good effort, I guess. There's a double XP event going on. That's cool. And also, I'm a little bit late. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. I had to stay late yesterday, and I ended up not getting to sleep on the same time that I was hoping to. I'm still trying to get my sleeping schedule locked in. Mr. Juan, hello to you too, sir. Man, that's a cool mount, I can't lie. Let me look at it. And to me, it's cool. It's cool. Went back months to start watching my Red Dead start. Yeah, dude, you can thank Simon for actually going back to Red Dead. I'm sorry that there's such a gap in the time that we had played, like, consistently. ESO just took me by the freaking, the freaking collar of my shirt and said, "You're playing me. You're playing this game and nothing else." And I'm sorry. Dude, I really do. I love Red Dead a lot. But there's something that ESO does to me that I just ain't nobody else ever gonna do to me. Can you tell me a secret? Sure. You're more than welcome to tell me a secret. I mean, this is a live stream to the public of the entire world, so, keep that in mind. It's not going to be a secret anymore, and I don't even need to tell anybody about it for it to not be a secret, so do with that information what you wish. But yeah, dude, Miles, it is a change of pace. Red Dead is... I don't want to say it's slow, because I don't think it's slow. Like, I've had a lot of people be like, "Man, I want to like Red Dead, but I can't because it's just too slow. It's just too slow." And I'm like, is it though? Like, the physical movement of your character is not like Marvel Rivals. It's not like Assassin's Creed. Like, it's not freaking Spider-Man. You're a regular human being, and a human being, and I do believe that's what it's intended to be. It's meant to be the fictional perspective of a person, a human being character who would have existed back in like Western times, when civilizations were settling a little bit farther in the west side of the states, and it is really good, dude. I freaking love Red Dead. Simon, hello, sir. YouTube notifications ain't coming through. YouTube's been shadow banning us. Nah, I don't know. You gotta be more consistent with watching the streams, I guess. I don't know. You can buy gold legit, buddy, in ESO. You bought $2.1 million, or 2.1 million gold for 20 bucks yesterday. Yeah, yeah, you can do that. Don't get scammed, and I guess it depends on what your value of gold is. There's a lot of people that trade crowns for gold, and crowns are, if you don't know, bought with money. So I would say that's a more safe conversion of your real life moolahs for gold. Just because, like, you never really know if you go to a website or something and that website's got like gold on it or whatever it is that they're selling on it, like, you don't really know. At least that's how I feel. I'd rather be safe than sorry. So $20 can get you a lot of ramen. Ernesto, good morning to you too. $20 can get you, like, I'd say almost probably a month's worth of ramen, somewhere in that ballpark. Depends on how you use the ramen. Depends on how thick your gut is. But yeah, you could definitely do the gold to moolah conversion. Like I said, I feel like I'd trust the gold to crown ratio better, just because, like, you can purchase the crowns from ESO. Be confident that that is a safe and, like, responsible transaction, and then exchange those crowns in game for other players for gold. Because I don't know what the conversion rating is. I think it fluctuates from time to time, but last time I looked, it was like 1,500 to 1 or 1,600 to 1. So, like, 1,600 gold to, like, 1 crown, I think. Don't quote me on that, I could be wrong. But I'm sure if you, like, hit the zone chat and you ask, like, what the conversion rating is, you'll have a few people just like reach out and be like, yeah, it's this. Because that's what people be doing, man. They chill like that. But Mouse, dude, freaking, yeah. It's such a good story. It's not, well, when you say it's not much of an action game, there is a lot of action. But you gotta work towards it. Like, you can play with more action and less, like, downtime if you want. You know, you can just, like, jump right from one main quest to the next if you want to. Or you can take your time with it. It's however you want to play, man. Boom. Yes, Simon, I did see the videos on Discord, sir. That dog, though, that dog's seen some things. That dog probably lived in the Wild West.
You do
yeah, Ernesto, I'm sorry I'm a little bit behind today. Like I was saying earlier, I ended up having to stay late yesterday, so I didn't get to sleep on the time that I had hoped to get to sleep. I'm still trying to get comfortable with my schedule now, like, because I get off work at 4 p.m., so, like, I go to bed at 5 p.m., and then wake up at 2 a.m., and it's weird. It's just not something I'm used to. So once I get a little bit more settled in and comfortable with it, we'll be a little bit more locked into the schedule. At least that's the anticipation. You waiting for Froggy's stream yesterday? It's around 3:30, and then he changed it to 7:30 a.m. What? Wait, yesterday? Interesting. He might have had off work or something. Dude, Froggy's such a good guy. What's with crowns? The crowns are a currency of ESO, Simon. So ESO has microtransactions like every other freaking game. And whoa, buddy, calm down. So the crowns it's literally like a gold currency, except it's one you buy with real money. F2F Gold is a legit website. You buy $10. I'm not saying it's not legit. I'm just saying, you know, you gotta be safe out there. You gotta be careful when you're on the internet and you're buying stuff and you're putting your information out there and whatever you're doing. It's better to be safe than upset. And, you know. Holy blades of death. In console, it's a lot harder to make gold than PC. It depends on how you want to make your gold, man. I don't think there's really any difference between the gold collection from one to the other. Radlock, good morning to you. Hello, sir. The only thing I would say that favors PC over console is the source of add-ons. So add-ons would make things like trading in the guild stores easier. You know what I mean? So, I don't know, man. I think it's just about the same. It's not like they're just giving more gold out on PC. That's not how it works. He's gonna rotate. He's gonna rotate. There's a new map coming to Warzone. The servers crashed again with the new season updates. Great. Hold on one second. We're almost done. There we go. So there's a new map coming and people are coming in. Wait. People come and just jumped in, the servers crashed. Wait, so they had like a pretty big influx of players. That's a good thing for COD, I guess. That they had more players. Really bad thing that their servers crashed. That's a shame, dude. That's so unfortunate. On Discord, do you update the community about your stream? I normally do. Today I was sleeping, so I'm sorry about that one. I just needed like an extra 15 minutes, dude. I wasn't gonna make it. I really, I felt like I needed it so bad. So I'm sorry about that one. But yeah, if there's gonna be like a severe delay in the stream, if it's gonna be like, you know, more than 15 or 30 minutes, if it's gonna end up being like hours, or if there's not gonna be a stream, if there's gonna be an adjustment to the schedule like massively, yes, absolutely, I will throw that in the Discord and let you guys know in as much advance as I can that whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. You're playing hooky from work today? Nice, dude. Nice. Nah, I won't tell nobody. I won't tell nobody. Dude, when I mean, it's been a long time, but when I was like in the throes of ESO, before I started streaming like a good few years ago, every single vacation day went to ESO. Every one of them. I would take off work on a Friday and a Monday, like vacation days or sick days, and I would just wake up and play ESO at like 6 o'clock in the morning and play till like 10 o'clock at night. And then go to bed and do it again 4 days straight. And that would be like my ESO for the week, or for the month, I guess. Yeah. Some days a little bit of hooky never hurt nobody, dude. It's fine. A fraud with the Discord, Simon? You're a freaking harsh. Simon, I'm not a fraud with Discord, sir. If you message me, I will respond to it. You, sir, flood me with really stupid memes from TikTok, and I'll be real with you right now. I do not watch TikTok. I don't have it on my phone. I don't have Facebook. I don't have Instagram. I don't do any of that crap. And every time somebody sends me a TikTok, I'm like, oh, cool. That's my response, because I don't watch it, man. And I'm sorry that I don't watch it. It's not like because I hate whoever sends it. It's not because I want to be rude. It's not because I don't care. It's just because I've got a thing about that. Like, I don't do social medias. I don't do the TikToks. I don't do any of that, man. And I'm sorry about that. But it's not because I'm a fraud. It's just because that's where I'm at. Dude, that's just who I am. Yeah, well, the YouTube shorts I do watch. I try not to get sucked into them, though, man. It's tough some days. That did not hit me. I'm not standing in that. Gosh, she's annoying. Wait, yesterday you almost did the run in under 30 minutes. Juan, are you talking about Veteran Maelstrom? 30 minutes is crazy, dude. That's so fast. I feel like 45 is like a comfortable... 40 to 45, that's pretty comfortable. But yeah, the poison area is nasty, dude. And yeah, Ernesto, man, feel free. If you want to join the Discord, you absolutely can. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up. With chats. It's tough, man. It's tough reading first thing in the morning when I haven't gotten my coffee or caffeine in me. Here's Simon with the positive... the positive support for the channel. Yeah, dude. Biggest ESO fan right there, Simon Riley. Been working 55 to 60 hours a week for the last 3 months. They can do without you for a day. Right, yeah, I'd say that's justified, dude. And Mouse, when you say everyone's replaceable, you mean with the exception of Mafia. We did specifically have that discussion yesterday. You'll never send me reels, especially from TikTok. Dude, that was one thing. Bryson stopped doing that a long time ago. But Bryson would send me like 2 to 3 TikToks a day. And I'd be like, why aren't you playing the game with me instead of like scrolling TikTok for hours? He'd be like, dude, I'm not scrolling. I just clicked on one. I'm like, okay. Yo, okay. You only clicked on one. Yeah, right, dude. I don't believe it for a second.
I need healing.
We were looking up YouTube videos about different civilizations before. Different civilizations, like old ones, I'm assuming, right? Like Gogepla Tepe? I don't know how to say those words. Dude, they're tough names with those other civilizations, but it's interesting stuff, dude. I like historical things like that. I guess you could technically consider that history, right? There's more to it. There's like archaeology and some other things involved in that subject, but I'd say history is a safe, broad terminology to use to describe that, right? Dude, 55 to 60 hours is crazy. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's, well, I guess if you consider, like, streaming and all that work as well, then I typically throw about, like, 90 to 110 in a week. Between 90 to 110. It depends on the week. But, like, it's easier to do the stream. Like, it's almost not work. It is, but it isn't. I guess, like, you guys don't really see, like, the other stuff that happens off the camera, because, like, there is a lot more work involved in it than just, like, playing games, but I really enjoy doing it, so it doesn't feel like, you know, it's not like you're waking up and clocking in and, you know, doing whatever it is that you don't really want to do. It's like, I want to do it, so it feels different, you know? You don't consider something that you have fun doing work. See, but what about when you get paid to do it, though, you know? Like, what about when it's your livelihood and your bills? Like, it is technically work. But even then, I think it's just a matter of perspective. You know? Like, if you really love doing it, then, yeah, I think it's less so work than anything else would be. Dude, thank you so much, man. What you mean we love you? I love you guys, man. Thank you very much. I hope you have a good day as well, dude. Well, that was sad. Smacked my face into the dirt. Let's try to build some stamina up here real quick.
Your run of good luck is about to end.
Hold on, let me lock it in here for just a minute. I'll catch up with you guys after this boss. Smooth. Very smooth. Red, I don't need any more hatred. And yes, Simon, I'm sorry, I can't read. I'm sorry. Doing washing today because tomorrow's your wife's baby shower and your parents are coming over as well. So they're sleeping at your place tomorrow and you need to clean the place badly. Yeah, dude, that's awesome, man. Like, I know it's a lot of work, and let's be real, who wants their parents to come stay at their place, or parent-in-laws, whatever that situation is like. But the baby shower, man, congratulations. That's fantastic, man. I hope it all goes very well. I hope you have a wonderful time. And my condolences for the rest of your sad life. No, I'm just kidding, man. That's awesome. Well done. Very well done. So, did you know about the controversy between Marvel, actors, and Disney? No. No, I didn't. Simon, you are my news sources for those things, so feel free to enlighten me. You've been looking into Greek culture, mythology, also how Vikings explored different areas and whatnot. Dude, the Vikings are fascinating. I feel like well, it's all fascinating. Greek culture is very interesting as well. Dude, I've got books and books of mythology on my bookshelf in my bedroom that I have never actually read. But I do find mythology really fascinating. A game that I really like is Smite. Smite is like a MOBA. game, and I like it a lot. Well, it's not just because I like the game, but also because like the characters are all gods from different cultures, and they all like are rooted in history and you know, mythologies of some kind. Well, I guess it's not. It's history. Yeah, yeah. History could be mythology as well, because it's culture from way back. Historically. Yeah. But Vikings, dude, I think that a lot of the stuff we understood about or that we commonly know as, like, Viking lore is not necessarily true. Like, from my understanding, Vikings did not ever wear, like, horned helmets. Like, you know how, like, the typical Viking is, like, a big red braided beard and, like, some big metal hat, right? But the horns are coming out, like bull horns or something like that. Dude, apparently there's never once been a single recorded, like, horned hat worn by any Vikings. So I don't know where that came from, but everybody that's ever heard of the word Viking pictures that when they first, like, think of it, right? So I don't know. I don't know where that came from, but it's interesting, man. Who's telling you they love you? Sean loves you here. Who? Wait, Sean. Dude, I don't know how to say that name. Hold on a second. I don't think it actually comes through in the YouTube chats. Give me just 1 second. Let me see if I can convert that name to English, because I believe it is. Is it Russian? I'm so sorry. I don't know. Moderation. I don't know how to fix this. How do I fix that? Hold on a second. His chats don't come through on YouTube. I don't know why they're banned, but they come through on my software. Let me just convert it real quick. Okay, it's Ukrainian. I was very close. Russian is quite close to Ukrainian. I guess that's not okay to say right now in today's climate, but the name is pronounced Fury Gunda, which I would have never known that because they're not, like, it's not the English alphabet. So I'm gonna try to remember to call you Fury. I hope that's okay. And I'm sorry for not knowing what your name was up until this point, but when you say Sean, it said Shane. OMG, text to talk awful. You can't use text to talk. You can't do that. That's unacceptable. Text to talk is awful. But somehow, they know everything you say. It doesn't know what you say when you need it to know, but when you don't need it to know, and you do it your drug deals, they know. You're gonna tell little Tiffany. It's not little Tiffany. Tiffany is a massive black dude with a 12-inch cock. Just so you know. I think you said Timmy, but I said Tiffany.
Soon I'll taste your hot blood.
You gonna have a barbecue in the backyard too? Dude, that sounds great. That sounds like a good time. Well, I guess my sister hasn't really had a baby shower for the last couple of kids. She just kind of has them. But my brother and his wife, they had a really nice baby shower. It wasn't anything special, but it was just a good time to get everybody together. You know, it's just like hey, let's spend some time together. Let's just, like, celebrate all this and that, and, like, the life that we're bringing into this world, man. It's awesome. I'm happy for you guys. Greek mythology is disturbing. It can be. Depends. Depends on how you look at it too. Like, one of the things that is, like, It's less disturbing. Is it? Okay, maybe this is disturbing. Is how they portrayed the man's endowment. However you want to say that. That's one of the things that I never understood. Like, why it was so important to not have a giant penis. I was like, isn't that... how did things shift so dramatically? You know? Like, when did that change? Simon's a cultural warrior guru. I don't know about that. So I mean, I know you've been going to college for at least a little while now, but I don't know if you've ever told me what you were going for. I could see you as a history guy, but like, you know, you just don't express it very much. That was close. You're interested in Greek gods because you've been reading a book called The Song of Achilles. Is Achilles technically a Greek god? I guess he is, right?
What a trophy you'll be.
All right. Gosh darn it. We're getting there. All right. It was close. Almost died. Yeah, you're right. You're right. So Achilles would have been a demigod because his mother was a human, right? A mortal. And then his father, I actually don't know who Achilles' father would be. But the story of Achilles is really interesting. So, like, from my understanding, I guess there's different ways of telling the story, and there's different, like, little details that get shifted over different, like, recollections of what Achilles is and where he came from. But, like, I guess his father was afraid that Achilles was going to end up too strong, too scary, too big dick swinging, and so he was gonna like come for Achilles and kill him, and his mother was like, oh hell no, and hid him away as a baby to save his life, and in order to protect him, picked him up by his ankle. Jiraiya, my man's, hello sir, picked him up by his ankle and dipped him into what's called the River of Styx. Now the River of Styx, I believe, is the river that you cross. Is the River of Styx the river that crosses over to the underworld? I think that's where I thought maybe it was a lake that you crossed over with Chiron. I think it was Chiron that if you give some coins to, he'll drag you, or he'll boat you over to the underworld. His father's name was Peleus. Peleus, okay. But yeah, so she dipped him into the River of Styx, but held onto his ankle, and he was immune after being. Whoa, uh-oh. Jeez, that was scary. He was immune then, and his only weak spot was the spot that didn't actually get dipped into the river, and that was his ankle, his Achilles. Dude, Jiraiya, things are going pretty good, man. How are you doing? We were actually, was it yesterday, Simon, that we were like, where the heck's Jiraiya at? We've been thinking about you. We've been worried about you. We've been missing you. Oh, I missed. That was a horrible shot. Simon, am I right or wrong about the River of Styx? I can't remember exactly what it's for. And your sister's wedding, you got really drunk? Ended up breaking things in the bathroom. Oh my gosh, Ernesto, what the crap, dude? Don't be that guy. Look, man, have fun. Just not too much fun. Boom. Why is everyone got the crown? I don't know, dude. It's a new feature for YouTube that I think they just started yesterday. So the River of Styx is the boundary between the living and the dead. I was darn close. Alright. It's been a while since I've brushed up on my mythology, but I do find it really interesting, dude. I love learning about that kind of stuff. It's been long. It's been long time since I loved you. Jiraiya, it has. How long has it been, dude? I hope you've been doing good. Like I said, we've all been missing you, been thinking about you, wishing you the absolute best. Stop it, Mr. Spider. Thank you. Okay, I think we have one more thing to clear out with a what's up with the spooters? Dang it, did I hit the wrong one? I did. I saw that spider shooting webs at it and I thought it was the right one. We could have killed this boss in like one really quick rotation. If I want to jack that up. Okay, my execute's not like lining up. There we go. I don't know what was going on before. Been kind of rough. Dude, I'm sorry, Jiraiya. 2 months is a long time. You're almost 2 years sober now. Ernesto, that's fantastic, man. I'm very happy for you. And I'm proud of you too, man. Keep it up. Keep up the good work. Don't give up on that. That's fantastic.
Watching.
Mature Jiraiya, sir. You have broken up with more young ladies than anybody I think I've ever spoken with. Yeah, I'm not judging you. I'm just saying I think maybe you'd be used to it by now. No, I'm sorry to hear that, man. It's never easy. It doesn't matter how you look at it, dude. So I'm wishing you the best. I am. Try to stay strong, stay patient. You'll find the right lady. You're still young, bro. Cats, hello, good morning to you. It's like late for you, actually. Actually, well, you know, Mrs. Potato Head over here. It's probably like 8 o'clock in the morning for you. What you doing awake? Wait, Simon, what do you mean by that? You've done a bunch of graduations, but you're still studying. Wait, so are you not in college anymore then? 9 a.m. still can't sleep? Dang, cats. I'm sorry to hear that. You know what works for me? Is Benadryl. Every time I'm like, I need to sleep and I can't sleep, even if it's not like real Benadryl, if it's just off-brand, works every time, dude. 20 minutes of Benadryl, I'm out.
What is this? A love fest?
Crap. Yeah, dude, Ernesto, that's understandable. And it's a good thing, too. I'm sure you're feeling a lot better all around about it. It's all about living that best life. I didn't get poisoned? Alright, well, I didn't get poisoned. It was freaking close, though. And by the way, Jiraiya. What? This game's retarded, bro. I swear. It doesn't make sense when I die. There's no way. Ain't no way. But anyway, Jiraiya. Yes, 2 breakups. That is more than anybody I've ever met in my life. That tells you the people that I know in my life. Yeah, we're all ugly. So it doesn't, you know, I don't really get out that much either, so it doesn't help. Yeah, dude, Simon, if it wasn't for me, man, every time you got beat with a belt at home, you'd probably be a sad person. But it's okay, because you can take it out on me. Like, that's it. Like, every time, you know, you get the whooping at home, every time you get your freaking underpants wedged up your butt by some dude at school, every time you're crammed in a locker, you come here and you yell at me. And that's okay. I understand. We can't all be as cool as Beaver over here. But for those that are, you're not Simon. You can't solo this Aryan and Gold Coast? What? Aryan? What is that? What do that mean, dude? I'm dead. I'm dead. I got cheesed so bad, dude. The plants were triggering even though I wasn't standing on them, which really hurts my feelings. No worries, Jiraiya. Much love to you, buddy. I wish you the best of luck out there, man. Be safe, be patient, be happy. Oh, Arena. Arnia. Are you talking about the world boss? The world boss in there is tough.
You've entered the ring. We've prepared a gigantic welcome for you.
What the? Okay. I'm starting to not understand. I don't know why he's such a bully today. Stop it! Goodness, bro. I hate that guy. This is my least favorite boss in the entire game. Like, not just the arenas, not just world bosses, not like anything. Everything in the entire game, that is the worst boss that exists in the entire freaking game. I hate him. So I cleaned up the beaver costume. It's not getting a lot of use, so it didn't really need cleaned. Simon, what do you think I do with the onesie? What do you peg me for, huh, buddy? What do you think I do in my free time? You think I just wear it like as soon as I turn the stream off? I'm just like, all right, time to dress up as a beaver for the day. No, it sits in the closet. And I believe it's this coming Friday for the members only stream, which we may have to figure something out. Because if we're gonna retain like a similar type of challenge that we had going on last time with the members only stream, I can't do that first thing in the morning. I can't like take shots of tequila like at 3 o'clock in the morning. It's not gonna work, especially if I'm going to actual work in a couple hours. So we're gonna have to figure something out. Whether we move the members only streams themselves, or like from Friday to like a Saturday or something, or whatever we gotta do, or even if we just like change what the process is rather than taking shots of tequila, because that was rough. That was difficult. No worries, Cat. It's all good. Much appreciated. I do greatly appreciate you dropping in and hanging out for a little bit. I hope you can get some good rest, and I hope you continue to feel better as well from being sick and all that. It's never fun. Best of luck to you. Simon, are you okay? Like, I've never seen anybody get so excited to see another grown man dress up in a furry costume. I mean, it's not a furry costume. It is just a onesie. It's like pajamas, basically. But it is funny to call it a furry costume. Oh, are all the world bosses the skulls with swords? Yes, sir. That is what they are. So there's usually about 6-ish, give or take. About 6 in each world. Sometimes there's a couple more, sometimes there's a couple less. Depends on the world. What do you mean you're not like Gym Test? You mean you're more of a furry than Gym Test is? I can't do any damage to this guy. And he's gonna kill me. Huh. That was odd. Your birthday's in less than 2 weeks? Nice, dude. Happy early birthday. I guess it depends on how old you're, if it's like a congratulations or a, you know, a nice, it's, you never know. It could be, a reason to not celebrate. I feel like there's a certain age where you celebrate and then you stop celebrating and then you celebrate some more at a even larger, greater age. Did I die twice? I think I died twice to the poison boss. You're more of a man than people loving furries and acting like women. You know what I think? I think you're just really uncomfortable with your sexuality and you're afraid to express your love for other men. I think that's what it is. If you were truly a strong, straight man, you'd go out on the street right now and you'd kiss the first hairy man with a beard you saw. Right on the face.
So far, so good, but the worst is yet to come.
Dang it. Oh, I got it. Wait, did we both pick it up? No, I think he got it. Oh, where'd that ghost go? Just because you're a dude doesn't mean you have no doubts about your sexuality, Simon. I feel like it's mostly dudes that have doubts about their sexuality. I didn't say you were unsure of whether or not you were a man or a woman. I said you just didn't know if you liked men or women or not. Seems like you're real uncomfortable about this conversation right now, Simon. Is it making you nervous? No, Simon. Simon, I'm just joking, dude. You want to come in here swinging at me? I'm gonna swing back at you. In your little gay butt. For anybody out there that is attracted to Simon, because you are gay, it's okay. He's down. Ew, Simon. No, I will not sleep with you. I'm not catching anything from you, dog. Not even your herpes, you freako. Come on, man. Back up. You sound like Mafia today. I know what you meant. But I saw an opportunity to make a joke out of it, so I did.
This one's ugly.
So, I mean, you're gonna have to take me to dinner first before you start smooching all up on me, you little weirdo. Oh, whoa. I can't throw abilities?
Now you face a titan!
You shall know pain.
Somebody to start making out a will.
Oh, I couldn't use the spectral explosion, dude. Gosh darn it. Yes, I know Athena.
Climax approaches.
Wait, from God of War. Okay, maybe I don't know Athena.
You can die!
Was Athena in God of War?
Daedra cannot! Now I shall reveal my true power!
You see how fast he changed the subject? What the? What? I was behind the wall, bro. Goodness, I take a lot of damage.
Enough play! Time to end this game!
Dude, I'm like genuinely stuck all the time.
The challenger succeeds. We
All right.
have a winner.
Today we're going to be exploring Greek mythology. I hear that a lot of Greeks were gay. Simon, you can't escape this. You started it, buddy. You better finish it. You can't do this to yourself. You don't just run away from it. You gotta, you gotta find a way to work your way out of this mess that you've made here. You gotta freaking swim through it, baby. You're not gonna just get out.
I hate to turn you inside out. Baron, who moves like a smoking plume, I summon you. Return to me.
For crikey's sake, I asked you to elaborate on your animal if you were an animal.
Approach me,
Said
my
you were more like a
Baron.
character.
Let me
I
get a
asked
good
you to
look
elaborate.
at you.
You're Simon. Simon would be more like a mafia if he was a character.
You look splendid.
Going for the
simply
VMA Boneyer
splendid.
Templar?
It
I
is
got it the last time we did the
And
Maelstrom,
you, your assistance
which I
is
think was
most
yesterday.
satisfactory.
So
I
we
won't
do have
forget
it, but I was
Or
still
if I
missing, I think,
do,
one more
forget it.
piece, which I believe we might have now. Bam. I think that's it. I mean, we're missing 5 pieces now. So, I don't know if these 5-piece can come in the mail, like, once a week. But I really don't have a reason to hunt these down, to be honest. I would like to get them anyway, but I don't think they're very good. Alright, hold on. Let's look at them real quick, just to be sure. Max Magic, weapon and spell. When you deal Flame Shock or Frost damage, you gain 464 weapon and spell damage for Flame Shock or Frost damage for 4 seconds. Okay. Each effect is picked randomly and cannot... and the effect is already... What? And an effect that is already active cannot refresh. Excuse me. Okay. So we would have to deal Flame, Frost, and Shock consistently to get the damage increase for just those elements. I think there's a way you can use that, but I don't think that's very good. 464 weapon and spell is great, but I think the conditions of it are not great. Like, it's not buffing your weapon and spell damage by 464. It's only buffing the damage you deal with that element. And 4 seconds just isn't very long. I think with subclassing, that could be a lot more interesting because you'd have access to all those different elements at ease. So I think that's possible, but I don't think that's very good. When you so max health, weapon and spell. When you bash an enemy, you gain glorious defense for 10 seconds, allowing you to dodge the next incoming attack made against you and all others afterwards for 1 second. So you just get when you bash, you get a perfect dodge for 1 second. It says all attacks. Some attacks you can't dodge, which I'm wondering how that works. This can occur every 13 seconds too. That's not... I mean, that might be good for PvP, but I think there's better sets than that. Max stamina, weapon and spell. When your pets attack an enemy you have also attacked in the last 10 seconds, you heal for 2,500 health and restore 1,200 stamina. This can occur every 5 seconds. I just don't think that's very good either. 1,200 stamina every 5 seconds is good. And a passive heal is not bad either. I could see this being okay. I think it's definitely made more for the sorcerer. With subclassing, I could see that finding more value, but I still don't think that's very good. I think there's still better sets out there. Max stamina, max health, max stamina. When you deal damage, you gain a damage shield that absorbs 8,000 damage for 6 seconds every 6 seconds. That's really underpowered. I think there's like a hex set. It's got hex in the name. I forget exactly what the full name of the set is, but it gives you like a 13,000 point shield or something like that with better 4-piece stats when subclassing hitting the market. Soon. I think next week. Let's find out. June 2nd. Officially will be launched. Winterborn proc set deals hefty damage. So you're saying like the frost damage from the Winterborn proc. Hold on, let me read this last one. I'll look up what Winterborn is. Oh, Winterborn's right there. Okay, hold on. That's the damage shield. Max health, max magic, magic recovery. When you have a damage shield on you, your health recovery is increased by 1,042. That's not bad at all. Nah, I mean, that's a lot of health recovery, but there's so many better sets out there, dude. Max magic, magic recovery, weapon and spell. When you deal frost damage, you summon an ice pillar that deals 6,000 damage, frost damage specifically, to enemies in a 3-meter radius. The ice pillar persists for 2 seconds and reduces movement speed of enemies within the radius by 50%. This effect can occur every 6 seconds. That's good. That is good. 6 seconds is like a freaking short cooldown. That's realistically, that's like 1,000 DPS for that set. But it sounds more consistent because it's 6 seconds. But if you look up like Pillar of Nirn, Pillar of Nirn has crit chance twice, weapon and spell damage, and does an initial 4,500 bleed damage to enemies within 2.5 meters. So not only is it, it's a little bit less initial damage, but it does AoE damage, and it causes them to bleed for an additional 15,000 over 10 seconds. Now that's scaling up because I have like a bunch of stuff benefiting my damage over time, which is why I'm using Pillar of Nirn right now. I think this is just better. I think if you were to take both of them, you could make it work. Single target PvP, I do think that, where did it go? Like for dueling and PvP and stuff, I do think that the Winterborn set could be good. But the crit chance on the other one is just so hard to get away from. Like, if you wanted to use the Winterborn set for PvP, it would be better to have like armor or pen or max health rather than recoveries and max stats. So, I don't know. Winterborn does sound good, but I think there's better applications out there. I think the Winterborn sounds better than any other set in, excuse me, in this 5-piece area. But regardless, we've got all the singular weapons now, which is good. What's next, dudes? We need to do some dungeons. That was kind of the goal for today, right? So, let's do that. Boom. Simon, did you say that I love to get in bed with anyone? Including your mom, dude. Ooh. Got him. You think Karate Kid Legends is releasing today? I don't pay any attention to that. I feel like there will never be a Karate Kid that's ever as good as the original. It's just not possible. Like, I want to say it's like the new Karate Kid, but it was still like 8 years ago or something. It was just okay, I guess. And then I saw one with like Jaden Smith, and that movie sucked, bro. That was not a good movie.
Fresh meat for the crucible, eh?
Let's feed him to the Durzon.
Am I gonna be like a little Timmy in a candy store on Christmas?
Get 'em, boys.
What? With no budget? Are you talking about for subclassing? Yes.
I guess that'll do.
Yes, I am.
Open the gates.
Run the down.
Simon, I'll catch you later, sweetheart. Good night, Snookums. I appreciate you dropping in and flirting with me for a little bit. Smooch you later, baby.
I smash you to bits.
Over here.
I feel like arguing with Simon would be so much more fun if he spoke with like full sentences. But because English isn't his first language, it's oftentimes just broken up and difficult to understand. So like, he'll say something that's meant to be like a really good rip or like really offensive, and it just like sounds completely wrong. No offense, Simon. I love you anyway, dude. Even if you're a piece of work and all you do is make fun of me. If it's not his first language, he's doing pretty well. Yeah, he does quite well for, because Simon's from India, so like his first language is Hindi. I think it's Hindi. Like their languages are very, very different than English, and it is impressive.
Congratulations. You've passed the first trial.
Wait,
Yeah.
you're back with a review of Night Rain. Well, welcome back.
Drunkards and fools, we had to.
Adorable. Shall we give them a pendant?
I say, let's see how these soft skins fare against a real challenge. To arms.
Don't abide
I guess those guys don't care about that chest. That one guy did. I said something about it. A big reason Winterborn performs real well in PvP is because of the difficulty to telegraph by opponents. Yeah, so I would imagine it's a very quick proc by the AoE.
to flank.
That was fast. There's something like oddly satisfying about normal mode dungeons that you just don't get from like any other dungeons from veterans. Is that like you could just group up massive amounts of enemies so much easier and just burn them down at big AoEs in a really quick way. Like, don't get me wrong, veteran dungeons are more satisfying because it's more difficult to achieve. Making the success of it more gratifying. But man, it is fun to just like nuke everything really quickly. The Grand Melee! I hate this lady so much. My favorite part of this game is when she gets jumped.
Dangerous beasts from the dark corners of Tamriel to test these challenges. The first monstrosities presented for your entertainment come from
Education is different in different parts of the world. Most other countries require English. Well, I know India requires English for sure. It is a primary requirement, I believe. Rad, welcome back, sir.
I call them incineration beetles.
Well, they died.
These challenges are surprisingly fierce.
Pillar outperforms most sets in PvE though. Yeah, well, okay, so I like Pillar of Nirn in PvP still because of the dot damage. It gives a lot of pressure, man. And unless they have a cleanse of some kind, they've got a full 10 seconds of like pretty strong dot damage on them. The United States doesn't put an emphasis on learning other languages. It is optional. That's why Rosetta Stone and Babel are profitable. Yeah, you're not wrong. I can't help but wonder if, like, the reason why they don't primarily require languages in schools for the States is because they know that there's companies out there making excessive amounts of money by developing products that allow you to learn languages yourself. And not through the education system. And I mean, that is kind of tinfoil hat like, but like languages aren't required in school in the States. I'm assuming each state's different, but it wasn't required for me.
Burn!
Yes, Simon, I do skip your comments a lot. Sorry. Wait, so Simon, do not all schools in India require English as a language? Am I granted Mage's Guild? No. Well, should I?
My legend live on.
Well played! Well played indeed!
We're going to the next character.
We salute you!
Did you require 2 years of foreign language in high school now? Do they actually? Like, well, when I was in high school, dude, so middle school, we were required to have a second language in middle school. Now, this, for those that are maybe on other parts of the world and are like, what the crap is middle school? Middle school is before high school. So, like, schooling is like, you know, grade school all the way through like 12th grade. 12th grade is when you graduate and then you can go to college. And usually you're like 18 by the time you can go to college, or you can graduate and go to college. So with that being said, middle school I think is 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, and then high school is 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. So like we did have to do a language in middle school, but from what I had heard, like, I think it was 1 or 2 years after I got out of middle school, they just stopped doing it. They offered it as like an optional thing, but it wasn't required anymore. And in high school, it was not required. It was an option to take languages. And if you had taken, like, say, a specific language in high school, you could, in middle school, you could, like, carry forward whatever you were learning there. You could take, like, say you took French like I did, and you took, like, the first tier of French in like 7th grade, and then 8th grade you take the second tier, then 9th grade you could continue like with the 3rd tier of French or something like that, which I did not do. Okay, I don't know why my one ability's not pulling enemies together. See, why is it not pulling enemies? I don't get it. That's kind of stupid, man. Just running up that rock casually. There are less degrees in foreign languages for teachers due to that very fact. Yeah. I mean, if they're not teaching languages in schools, then how can they expect people to learn languages, to teach languages? Like, if they're having less kids learn languages in schools, there's going to be less people graduating schools with an understanding of other foreign languages, and directly impacting the amount of teachers that are able to even teach those languages to begin with, making that have less kids able to learn foreign languages, right? Right? Like, it's just a friggin' stupid thing. It makes no sense to not teach foreign languages. Like, it's so lazy in my eyes. It's so dumb. It's so important to learn other languages, man. not only is it important to learn languages, but it's important to learn cultures, and I feel like that's not really a thing much anymore either. They didn't really teach us jack squat about history and culture from other parts of the world. It's all about America. I can't hit him. What the poo, dude? So in your time there was French teachers and now there are none. Yeah. Spanish and German are still present right now though. See, German was less prevalent than French and Spanish when I was in school. Even though I feel like German is a more common language. I don't know. There's a lot of parts of the world that speak German. Yeah, there's a lot of parts of the world that speak French too. Spanish is probably the most like prevalent, but I don't know, man. I still think it's important. I don't care how prevalent it is. I don't care how rare or uncommon it is to like that people speak other languages. I just think you should be able to learn them. They shouldn't like just take that opportunity away from you in your schooling.
For Lord's Dagon.
Hold on, let me kill this boss. I'll catch up with chats while we switch characters. You studied in Saudi, really? When you were young, so there was an English and Arabic, and then when you came to India, you didn't have to specifically learn your mother's tongue to pass school. Gotcha.
A wonderful rug for the master. Surrender, and I'll devour you quickly. Rise, minions! Stop them before it's too late.
Follow-up question, do you go to school on Saturdays? Also, do you attend 180 days of school or 240? That's a good question. Yeah. Because, what is it for America? It's, is it 240? Because there's 365 days in a year, so there's like 60 and another 60 is 4 months of summer, right? You just had to learn English and other subjects to pass school. Your mother's tongue is Spanish and you speak it well. Nice, dude. Nice, man. Spanish is super valuable. Like, I feel like I wish I would have learned Spanish when I was in school rather than French. Because, like, I still have a reasonable grasp on French. Like, I'm not going to be able to hold a conversation with somebody that only speaks French, but I could probably ask for directions. I could, like, understand a certain amount of things, but, Spanish, I do think is a lot more common and, practical when it comes to, like, daily applications, at least here in the States, you know. Not many people speak French on the street, but a lot of people do speak Spanish. But the vocabulary is stronger in English since you learned it your whole life, yeah. Especially when you're younger, man. It's so much easier to learn a language when you're young. So Monday through Friday. So Simon, Saturdays and Sundays, what is stopping you from making multiple YouTube accounts and supporting the channel more dramatically? What's stopping you, buddy? Come on, man. I need you to lock it in, baby. Linguists are still using the military? Well, yeah, definitely. That's going to be probably the last thing that stops requiring other languages, right? Oh, the US is 180? So you're telling me that you only go to school for half the year?
Secure the mine and kill these interlopers.
Line it up!
You know what? I'm pulling them all, dude.
You'll never leave here alive.
You'll never get these eggs. You double crosser.
I'm hurt. I need you can make fools of us, Sadri. Get it. Heal me!
Healer!
Aid me!
I need healing!
We're moving, baby.
The gold! I need healing! Where's the gold?
Maybe those eggs down there are in better shape. Do me a favor and take care of the undesirables down there. I'll stay here.
Okay, if I drag them all up here, they should tighten up at a better group.
Aid me!
You're not done yet. Cowards, the lot of you. This mine belongs to House Celos. You are intruders and will be disciplined as such.
Wow. Oops. I want to make a new build for the Dragon Knight so bad. We might do that this weekend, dude. Even though subclassing's coming, I think I'd like to respec this character. I want to give it something better. I might even just give it the same craftable, like, workover that we gave all the other characters, just for random daily dungeons. So Simon, you didn't learn English from schooling? Like, you learned English from things like movies and other social medias? That's kind of insane, man. That's crazy. There's been a handful of people that have tuned into the stream and been like, dude, I learned so much English from just like turning into your stream every day, and I'm like, you don't want to learn English from me, but I'm glad that you're finding value in it. Like, I'm not a great English speaker, but it was very kind. Teammates, where are you going? Okay, so the 180 days that you were talking about then, some else, was including things like holidays and weeks off and things like that. Okay. Gotcha. That actually makes more sense. Still, it's not like there's that much time off. And schools in the U.S. don't teach you enough Spanish. You try to teach yourself by reading books, reading definitions, and asking questions. That's fantastic, man. I wish that attitude towards like learning other languages and stuff was a bit more common, but it's just not, unfortunately. I say that, but like, I don't know. I wish I had time to like sit down and learn a language. I've never tried to learn a language through something like Babbel or whatever else is out there as far as like language teaching things go, but like if I'm around a language, like my last job I had, that pretty much everybody spoke Spanish. So I didn't exactly learn Spanish, but I picked up on a lot of things, and I started to try to communicate a little bit better with people. And
You want me? Come and get me.
that's the best I got. Moving forward, where you live, there's a school that does 4 10-hour days with teaching blocks. Really? 4 10-hour days is crazy, dude. That's like unheard of. Others are the standards Monday through Friday. Yeah, that's what I've never even heard of a school for that was 4 10-hour days. That's crazy. The U.S. is still not using the metric system. Yeah. I mean, the U.S. is never going to use the metric system. If you ask yourself, like, ooh, is the U.S. ever going to use it? No. There's not, like, a maybe one day. No. They'll never use it. To be fair, though, there are a lot of circumstances where the metric system is used in the U.S. I can give you a solid example with, like, the job that I just got into with doing hydraulic hoses. It's not common, but we do get into the metric system oftentimes for fittings and ends and adaptions for hoses. But stuff comes from all over the world for that kind of business too, so I don't know if that really counts. Because it all comes from like the UK, like all those fittings and stuff. Or not necessarily from the UK, a lot of it's from Italy. Some of it's from China, some of it's from Germany, but I'd say a majority of it comes from the UK. Like, there's a lot of people that actually refer to the metric standard for those types of products as European, even if they're not genuinely European. More common than people think to learn from American shows and movies. Yeah, dude, I mean, you don't ever hear about that the other way around, though. Like, you don't hear, like, American kids being like, yeah, I learned Spanish from watching, like, films that were in Spanish. Like, no, bro. You'll never hear about that. Like, not a single kid. They're busy watching freaking TikTok and, like, watching hot chicks shake their tits around. Like, there's nothing else to it. It's unfortunate that that's like the way it is, but I think that the media and how it, or what it feeds you is kind of, I don't want to say it's like filtered, but it's kind of filtered. Like they kind of feed you what they want you to see when it comes to medias and stuff. And different parts of the world have vastly different medias. Yeah, dude, Night Rain looks like trash, bro. It doesn't look like Elden Ring at all. It's not even close. I don't know why everybody's like, yeah, it's Elden Ring remastered, or it's Elden Ring, whatever. Like, it's not Elden Ring at all, dude. I'm telling you right now. It's freaking Fortnite with an Elden Ring skin over it. Ernesto, that's a thing too, right? Like, different languages have different like volumes of things like emotion and how they convey what's on the inside rather than not. You know what I mean? Like, that's hard to explain with words, and at least in English. But I feel like other languages have more than just the words to them. It's like English has it too. But I don't know, you definitely feel a lot more energy and stuff with things like Spanish. Or Italian too. Anime would be the only thing even close to learning Japanese from the States. Yeah, you're right. I feel like Japanese would be incredibly difficult to learn from an anime. Simon, I don't think it's a... What is a battle royale? You mean like Warzone? It's Fortnite, bro. It's whoever wins at the end wins. But it's PvE. So the U.S. has been applying the metric system for decades now, or introducing and applying the metric system for decades now. They believe that when the main resisting decades are gone, and end up coming, in the up and coming know it, the U.S. may switch. I think a lot of corporate companies use the metric system. Like, anything that's like involving money or products that are exchanged across the world, not just specifically within the US. I think that is when you see the metric system used in the United States. But you don't see it in school. Like, you don't see it in the education system at all. Maybe things will change one day, but I'd have a hard time seeing it happening anytime soon. Although it would be a good thing if it did.
Watch out for this one. She must be the giant's matriarch.
Can't. There we go. I was trying to cast my ultimate forever ago.
Watch out. That geyser looks like it's about to blow.
Looks like the newcomers get to have all the fun today.
Fascinating. I would have expected this illness to weaken the giants. It seems just the opposite.
So, Mouse, what happens to that wealth then? You said most of the wealth in the country right now is like kind of bottled up with the survivors from the depression, and those in retirement and stuff too, right? What happens to that money, bro? Because like my family doesn't have any money, and even the old people in my family, nobody's got any money, and those that do, I feel like it gets passed down to a very like small minority of people that retain that wealth and don't necessarily put it back into the economy, with the exception of like companies and stuff like that. But like everybody that I know that's even remotely wealthy, they're not putting it back into the economy. They're not buying stuff. They're not like, you know, they're not doing anything except for just like putting it in their bank account. And like they might buy a car and they might buy a house, but most of the time they just like keep it locked up in their banks. And it's totally understandable, but it doesn't really help the rest of the country. And like even if my family did have money, it's not like they give it to you when they died, bro. They just let it go to the government, man. Like that's just how it goes. At least for most people, in my experience, most people.
Ela, hold. Let them take care of this one. I need you and Lotus.
Yeah, Simon, I saw all about your little Fortnite Battle Royale thing with an Elden Ring skin on it. It doesn't look good to me. I have zero interest in it at all. Like, positively none. I don't think it looks even remotely entertaining. I think it's literally just a cop-out for Fortnite kids. I think Elden Ring reached enough of a demographic of people that they made a crap ton of money, and they realized like the only demographic of people that they missed was the retards that play Fortnite all day. So yeah, I don't think that it's a good game. I think they just wanted to capitalize on the only portion of the gaming market that they didn't have access to through Elden Ring.
My blessing will leave you weak.
Just what I require.
Poisons and fumes, the ideal mixture for death.
For some reason, I was gonna say, I'm like having a really hard time dropping my ultimate on this character for some reason. It's like not letting me throw it down.
Of fire's end. Ah! Nasty. Nasty. She'll kill you all.
You got the world bosses done? Nice, dude. Nice, nice, nice. The Gold Coast is a good map, man. A lot of fishing. Yeah, good luck with the fishing, man. I wish you the best with it. If anyone learns a new language, it's important to practice the language you were raised speaking, because in your opinion, if you abandon your first language, you can lead to mental issues. Yeah, I could definitely see something like that happening. I could. I don't know. I could see your brain getting a lot of that confused, and it would be difficult to like. I don't know. feel like if you're capable of learning another language, you're unlikely to abandon your first one. But I don't know. I'm totally wrong about like everything, so who knows, dude? Generational wealth is like 3% of the richest people in America.
Is that all you can think of? After all that we've been through, your greed has blinded
So where's the rest of the wealth?
I pray one day
Because
you
it's
see
not
that.
with the other 97%. I'm telling you what.
With the cult defeat.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know how to do math, but I ain't seeing it. No,
You
I don't know where it's at, man.
But you'll never stop the master of tasks. Still, his pestilence spreads, and this one shall know its blessing.
It's either passed down or lost, like Social Security will be. Yeah, yeah, okay. Maybe of the upper echelon are donating to their old schools to build and buy PCs when other charities. PCs, I don't think you mean like a computer PC. I think you're speaking of something else, right? I wish you tried Rain Night Fortnite. It's Fort Rain, dude. I don't know, Simon. I'm sorry, man. I'm not playing that stupid game. Did you know the game looks so dumb, bro. Like, I feel like I would play it for 5 to 10 minutes and be really upset with the fact that I spent money on it. Like, I watched enough gameplay of it to know that it's not my type of game. Like, I know I've told you this a handful of times, but I don't like battle royales. I don't like the extraction shooters. I don't like Fortnite. I don't like Call of Duty. I'm just not into that stuff. And even if it's skinned like Elden Ring, which I loved Elden Ring, I don't think it's gonna change the fact that it's not Elden Ring. It's not Elden Ring, bro. It's a totally different game. It's, like I said, it's Fortnite with an Elden Ring skin over it. It looks like trash. It doesn't even look like it's got like a thorough, like, foundation built to it. It looks like they just took a quick concept. They were like, ooh, how do we make more money? And they just threw it together really quickly. Like, it looks so lazily crafted. Whereas, like, Elden Ring, you can tell it took like a decade for them to craft it, and they did it by hand. They even took all of the artwork in the entire game, and they did it by hand. None of it was digital. It was all like physically drawn artwork. And you can feel it as you freaking play the game. When I look at that game, it looks like it's AI generated, bro. It doesn't look good. PCs like Chromebooks for younger kids. See, that's another thing I don't really get along with, is the idea of like getting all this like fancy technology for the younger kids. I think there's a lot of stuff that, or a lot of value in the physical writing. I don't know if we should be giving kids computers in frickin' kindergarten. And like I said before, like it's not like I don't believe that kids should have access to technology. You should absolutely be taught how to use it properly, but I don't think you should like be raised by a computer. Like, it shouldn't replace your parents, which is what it's doing. That's my issue with it, I guess. Preparing them for the real world, like business. Yeah, business, computer programming, marketing, editing. Maybe at a like an older age, but not in kindergarten, bro. Kindergartners don't give a freaking flying tits rat about any of that. They want to watch YouTube, and they want to watch, like, they want to, like, watch TikTok, and they want to play video games. And, like, not that there's anything wrong with video games and stuff, but I don't think that it should be what raises you. It should supplement your life, and it should complement the learning and the education and everything that you already have as a young kid. It shouldn't replace what you already have. Especially just for the sake of, like, your parents being annoyed with, like, the fact that you're still bothering them when they're trying to watch TikTok instead. Like, I don't think that kind of stuff's healthy for young kids, man. I think kids need, like, thorough social interaction. I think kids need, like, to get out and, experience life with other kids and adults as well, and, like, you just don't really get that when your face is, like, 10 inches deep inside a freaking tablet all day. Think of all the donations given to keep hospitals like Shriners and St. Jude's functioning.
I see you've brought more torturers to
That's a different conversation.
Bargain. We're not torturers.
I got some strong opinions about hospitals and
Am I
stuff.
to understand you're a follower of Zen?
For good reasons, but I don't think it's something that I would like to get into today.
Unwise. I shall loosen my hold only.
Now for payment in kind. It's my turn to study your insight.
If it goes to a good purpose, I'll support it all day long. But I've seen very little good come out of that kind of stuff. That's about as far as I'll go. Mafia, good morning, sir. Hello.
Get out of my way! It's Corindon I want! Or will not send you to your death!
Dang it. I don't have like a proper heal. I have to like hit an enemy with my heal to heal.
I relent!
See what you wish to bargain with? She must remain bound.
Can you two please take your hands off each other's throats long enough to see there is a bloody dragon turning this place into a fetid latrine?
I
No.
concede.
Ernesto, is that because it was fancy? Or is that because it was fancy? That they didn't
Is
like...
there nothing you won't objectify?
Taking you apart has taught me how to put you back together. You'll be grateful for that.
Younger generations have learning programs that can help them learn at their level if advanced. Well, okay, so I think we're on different pages. What I'm saying is that technology is replacing your parents. Like, most parents, so like when your kid is given like a tablet or a computer or stuff, and it's given to them with the incentive of learning, it's supposed to be for educational purposes. It oftentimes divulges into something like the parents being like, "Stop bothering me. Just here, take the phone. I don't care. Like, I don't care. Just get away from it." Like, and that's a majority of what the parenting turns out to be like nowadays, and I don't think that's good at all. I think that's like the exact opposite of where like education and parenting should end up being. I don't know. I experienced that firsthand growing up. I see it every single day in the life that I live. Like everybody, dude. It's inevitable, and I don't think that that's good. So like, yes, technology is incredibly valuable, and it goes a long way when it comes to helping kids learn and understand and get more comfortable and familiarized with the environment that we have nowadays with technology. It is incredibly important to learn technology, but I don't think that it should be taking over every part of their lives. And there needs to be like an introduction of balance to it. I see very little balance to it, I guess. But like maybe my perspective is like super biased though. Maybe like I only see a very small sliver. You know, I only see through my eyes, right? Like I don't see through everybody else's. So maybe I don't get it, dude. But regardless, that's how I feel. Where are we going, teammates? We got to hold this bad boy still. Yeah, but Mouse, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not just in schools. Like, those kids take that stuff home. Like, it's not just for schools. I think that, like, there needs to be balance to it. I'm not saying that zero technology is the way to go. That would be freaking insane. That'd be so stupid. But I think too much is incredibly unhealthy. I think you're almost better off with no technology than all the technology. I don't know, I find a lot of value in just like putting my phone on my desk and walking away from it. You know what I mean? And like, I know, like, all we do is like play video games here on the channel, but like when I'm with my family, bro, there is no phone in my hand. Like, I'm not scrolling, I'm not texting, I'm not taking pictures, I'm not responding to emails. Like, I'm spending time like conversing with everybody and enjoying the time I have with them. And I don't see the younger kids do that at all. Like, every single other younger kid that I know, at least in my family and friends of my family, like, they all just sit there with headphones on and they sit on like 3 feet away from everybody and they avoid all social contact whatsoever. And when you try to have a conversation with them, it's incredibly awkward and uncomfortable, and they don't know how to handle themselves. And I just don't think that that's good, man. Like, I feel like I grew up super awkward, and it wasn't until like later on in my life that I started getting that social stuff that the interactions and that I needed to like be more comfortable and be more of a normal human being. But I don't think that stuff's good for you, man. You think fancy restaurants serve smaller portions so that the wine and booze hits harder? That actually is a really good argument. I never really thought about it that way. I don't really go out to drink, though. Like, if I go to I mean, I don't go out to fancy restaurants, but if I did go to a fancy restaurant, I really doubt I'd be drinking anything. But Ernesto, that is nice that you had a good time. I can't even remember the last time I was at a fancy restaurant, dude. It's all ramen noodles for me, baby. Mouse, I would be in the same boat as you, dude. I wouldn't, like, if a waiter reached towards my lap and tried to grab what I was going to assume is going to be my crotch, I'd probably punch him, too. I've never been to a restaurant that fancy.
Apologies for any harm I caused.
Yeah. And, I mean, a lot of stuff does get lost from one generation to the next, right? Like, for your example, like a landline. So, I don't really expect there to be no loss of, like, culture and history, but, like, at the same time, I think that there's a lot of integrity to, like just old school social interactions and things like that that for sure gets lost with technology. When you spend, like, you know, 16, 20 hours a day with your face buried inside of like a phone or a tablet or a computer or something like that, as a young kid, not so much as an adult because things are a little bit different, but as a young kid, man, like that molds your brain into that. I just I have a hard time like favoring like 100% technology all the time, nothing else.
The seed. Use it against the blight.
Okay, it disappeared. Do I have to step out of it and then step in? I should be able to cleanse this. I don't know why I can't cleanse that. Or wait, oh, I thought it was in this circle. That's my bad, dude. It's been a long time since I've done this dungeon. Yeah, I was thinking I had to get it to this other center. Unfortunately, our teammates are completely clueless as well. I'm glad that, we're getting it. We're getting it. We made it. I don't know, dude. Mouse, I do worry, though. I worry about, like, the younger generations and how jacked up their heads are. Like, cause I know how jacked up I am. And I didn't grow up with a phone in my hand, man. I did grow up with a Game Boy in my hand, though, so I guess that's not really that much different.
We'll all be one soon. My gratitude for releasing me from that monster.
Your kids are all gamers and they had access to phones, tablets, computers. They turned out better than you. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not like it's guaranteed to ruin children. Like, but it's about that, like, that balance and, like, finding an understanding of, like, what is good and what is bad, what's too much, what's not enough. And, man, that's freaking hard to do. It's hard enough to do for adults, let alone children. So, like, I guess, like, I'm not trying to say that there's anything wrong with, like, excessive amounts of technology. It's just understanding that balance is the part that I'm saying is so valuable. You had a color Game Boy? I did have a Game Boy Advanced.
We will reshape you perfect. My gratitude for releasing me from that monster.
Yeah, and Rod, like you said, being heavily involved with your kids, like that makes a big difference, man.
I am no one's
It really
pet.
does. That's like, I think where the balance comes in is like being involved rather than just like chucking a phone at them and saying like, here, watch this YouTube video. Like, just leave me alone for 10 minutes because I had a long day. You know what I mean?
We'll give her everything we have.
You think a kid could talk to their parent on FaceTime and show an effect, but real face-to-face? Ooh, I'm not sure I understand what you mean. Face-to-face interaction can't be replaced. Oh, that's what you're saying. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. You heard a rumor of these cell phone generations expecting to have more back and neck issues later in life. Dude, back and neck issues are already a problem. Like, if you spend 12 hours a day with your head down like this, looking at your phone all day, you're gonna for sure have some problems. I like how my teammates just keep getting chucked. Rad, good night to you, man. I appreciate you hanging out very much. And I wish you the very best, dude. We'll catch you later, dude. And Mouse, as far as that rumor goes, I don't know if it's so much a rumor as it is like facts now. I think like neck and back issues are incredibly prevalent. Like way more now than they used to be. At least from what I've seen. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, so I'm sure they would know a lot better. But I know so many more people with neck and back issues that I did when I was like younger. Like no adults had very few adults had like serious issues when I was a kid. But like now everybody's got issues.
Enough of you insects.
You won't escape. I'll hunt you to the ends of the world.
And yeah, Miles, I agree with that too, man. I think it's not necessarily a fault of like, I think this ties into the conversation we had the other day about like Fortnite being sued by parents. Like, it's not necessarily about the companies that develop the technology as it is about like your job as a parent to do the right thing and find that balance for your kids. Like if you just neglect your kids and you let the technology like run rampant in their lives, like of course they're gonna like suffer from that. And for you as a parent to see that happen and then get upset at the people that made the technology rather than yourself is just freaking stupid. Like, it's so ignorant, man. I just can't understand where that comes from. Beaver with kids is gonna be a disaster.
Use this lid to root out the blight from your body. Quickly!
Yeah.
His rot's inside you. Here!
'Teammates. At least hold them together, man.
The blight has you. Cleanse it quickly.
I don't know who's getting blighted, but it's not me.
The seeds of paradise are here. Can't thank you enough. That was fun. His sickness takes root. Use my ward.
Ten minutes downtime is okay if you pull the electronics. After the 10 minutes, you grew up with homework, with the homework table. All homework was completed right after school. Yes, Mouse, I think we grew up very differently. We had vastly different environments, I think. I think your environment that you grew up in, like, based on some of the examples you've given, have been, like, relatively unique to a lot of people that I've seen that have grown up in I'd say our generation, and particularly, I would say even more so, like, the generations that followed us.
I need to wash off.
I don't know, I've never seen an example like what you said. Not once in my entire life. It sounds like it was frustrating as a kid, because all you want is the things that you don't have. But it also sounds like it did a lot of good for you, you know? And as an adult, I'm sure you can find more appreciation and gratitude in those concepts and the experiences that you had growing up too.
Unmistakable. Wash it away.
Are these teammates like completely retarded?
Can't thank you enough. That was
Almost hardcore. I know, Mouse has been working for that freaking #1 crown today, dude. Snacks were provided, all work was checked by your mom. Your friends' kids don't even have homework. The school did not want to make the kids questionable home lives to feel shame and such. I don't know, dude. The things that you're talking about are incredibly foreign to me. I have no idea what any of that is, dog. Like, I know what it is, but I'm just saying, like, it's so far away from any experience that I had as a kid growing up that, I don't want to say I'm jealous, but I kind of am.
It's taking root within you now.
get to my ward.
I feel like that dungeon took way longer than it needed to. And Ernesto, you too, brother. Sorry I didn't see your message about going to bed, man. Good night. Thank you very much for for hanging out as well, dude. It's always a pleasure. And good luck with your baby shower. Have a lot of fun, man. But not too much fun, you know?
I expect
Keep it calm.
Promptly.
Simon deserves number one. I beg to differ. I don't think that that's true.
Hey, hey! Let's not sour our victory. You've got what you wanted. Honor the pact and release me.
Definitely feeling not entitled. Yeah. I mean, dude, I think it's one of those things where it doesn't matter what you have, you want what everybody else has. Like, it doesn't matter how good it is, whatever the concept is. Like, I feel like hair is a good one. Like, if you grow up and you've got like really thick, bushy, curly hair, there's a very strong chance that you see other people with like straight hair and you're like, dude, I just wish I had straight hair because mine's such a mess. I hate it. And those people with the straight hair look at your big, bushy, curly hair and they're like, gosh darn it, I wish I had the curliest, fluffiest, bushiest hair ever. And like, I feel like it's very similar for like most concepts in life. Like, no matter what it is that you have, no matter how good you have it, you typically look at other people and you're like, man, my life's not that good, is it? Like, look at theirs. That life looks so good the way it is, whatever it is. And it's kind of unfortunate, but I feel like that's a pretty strong theme across most people's lives. At least that's what I've seen. I don't know. I know Ernesto, yeah, absolutely, man. Discord. Link to it down below. That's crazy. That's 60-something crit is kind of insane. No, Simon, I think this is going to be the only game we ever play again. I'm trying to get that AoE damage out. Okay, there is like a weird... It says clear the caves below, but it doesn't seem to work. When you say some younger workers, I think you mean most workers. I don't even know if age is a question about that, but yeah, most people want to get paid more to do less. And, it's not really how it's supposed to go, even though, oddly enough, that is how it goes nowadays a lot of times. Do I need to add your request? No, if you just click like join the Discord server, it'll let you in. I'll have to like change your role and provide permissions and stuff so that, you know, because sometimes like psychopaths join and decide they want to send a bunch of like spam links and try to steal people's information by letting them click on links, so we can't let that happen. So unfortunately,
Here for naught.
I gotta like manually provide
Probably opened by the bearer of pressure
the permissions to people.
Me with no companion.
But yeah, you could just join them.
Regrettable, but yet to explore the Summerset.
Man, we have such good teammates today. Working so hard and being so, like, cooperative. Standing there, waiting for everybody else to do the work for them. This is part of that, that entitlement that you're talking about, Miles. They're just, like, standing there waiting for everybody to kill everything for them, and then waiting for you to pull the lever for them, and just, like, what are you playing the game for if you're not going to play the game yourself? I don't get it, man. I don't think anybody picked up the torch, but if they do, we'll come back. I'm on the way. Oh my gosh, dude. No, so I'm sure he'll figure it out, but if not, that would be very kind of you to help him out. You got it. Rock and roll, man. I'll get you situated here, like after the stream ends.
Frozen souls will haunt this place forever.
Is this really what the Nightblade does? Am I using the Nightblade right? I feel like I genuinely just stand here. I just stand here and press the same button over and over until the enemy dies. And I feel like I do reasonable damage. But it does feel like I'm doing it too simply. Now, I could probably be, you know, maybe go with a 2-bar setup, but it's easier to run the 1-bar, at least for those quick dungeons like that. When are you going back to the Far Cry game? Simon, back off! We haven't even finished freaking Red Dead yet. Back off. And yes, I finished the Crab game. If you were a real fan and you actually showed up to streams every day, you would have known that we finished the Crab game. But you don't, so you did it, Simon. You bent off my nuts. Don't even bring up Far Cry. I don't want to hear it. I don't really want to play the new Far Cries, man. I just don't think they're very good.
On your feet, your lads.
They're okay.
We're going back in.
Best OE for Nightblade is the last skill siphoning. Yeah, but I'm not really using it for AoE. Like, I have the AoE down for, what is it called? The ultimate. Because I think the ultimate's quite good with AoE. Now, I know that the other one does deal more damage for, like, single target. But I've got, like, really good single target. And I don't need a ton of AoE, so I feel like the ultimate does fine. Plus, I can run that other ultimate on the back bar and still get the benefit from the ultimate generation every time I kill enemies. Because you stream when I sleep. No. Incorrect, Simon. I stream when I sleep. I stream at 3 o'clock in the morning. EST, Eastern Standard. Bro, ain't nobody awake at 3 o'clock in the morning, Simon. Alright? I'm doing the best I can with the schedule. I can't make it work for everybody. I'm having a hard enough time making it work for myself as it is, dog. Come on. Cut me a little bit of slack. I go to bed at 5 p.m. For y'all. Simon, next time you want to yell at me in all caps, maybe consider my feelings. Okay?
Must obey whispers.
Bring them before.
Come to me, enter my realm. Join me forever.
Healer!
I don't use the best Nightblade abilities. What am I supposed to use? He's only got one spammable, and I'm using the execute that scales higher the lower the health goes. I have a heal. I have a teleport to reduce or to increase damage taken by 5%, and I have a protection reduction ability that reduces their prots by like 6,000. What else got? I can't only, you know, I can only fit so much in one bar.
I need healing!
Stop them.
Light it up!
command. I need healing.
You know, I don't really love the flying thing that I have. It's not my favorite spammable, man. It's not really even a spammable.
I'll kill you all.
I can't see anything, dude. Holy guacamole. Alright, get me out of here. I think that was the last one. Past your bedtime, dude. Mr. Mouse, good night to you. Or you're coming back for more coffee. Alright. I don't understand. Yeah, Simon, I've got one of each character for the game. But we were going to pop back one of the main one right now. The primary. And what are we going to do? I mean, I guess we should do some Summerset questing now. We could probably squeeze in a couple games of Tribute. But Summerset is kind of like a priority. Aside from Transmute Crystals, which, by the way... How am I looking? It's a lot of scripts, dude. Man, Transmute Crystals, so... We have a lot. But it's not going to be nearly enough, I don't think. It's not going to fill up the 1,000 transmutes. Simon, you do have a wild hair up your ass today, don't you? You woke up and chose ignorance. Didn't you? Let me dump all this crap in the bank. The bank's full. Good thing those stack. Deadlands treasure map, that stuff's not gonna stack. Alright, we gotta get rid of some junk.
Deal?
The Ring of Willpowers, where am I getting these? I don't know where I'm getting them, dude. Defending powered, no Nernhoned. And Simon, what I mean by you woke up with a wild hair in your ass is that you're acting like a maniac today. You've been reasonably tame for a while now, but I guess all good things come to an end one day. Brian, what's up, man? Hello, sir. You're almost level 50. Very nice, dude. Very nice. Yeah, the last, like, 5 to 10 levels go much slower than the rest of the levels, but you'll get there, man. So for Emperor, you can use Surprise Attack, your Execute, Invisible Clock, which I am not using the Invisibility, Sap Essence, Grim Focus, and Incapacitating Strikes for the ultimate. So you would recommend trading out my heal for the Invisibility? Because I know the Invisibility is good for buffing and all, but like, then I can't heal, which is kind of an issue, right? guess that's how that's gonna go. We're gonna just replace Master Gatherer with Gifted Rider whenever we get there. Don't you worry, Simon. I know exactly why you're here. And it's not because you say what it is, or what, it's not because of what you say it is. I know you say you're here to torture me, but I know it's just because you don't have any friends. It's alright. We'll be your friends here. But you gotta be nice, alright? Alright. I think the rest of that's kind of junkola. Yeah. Increases stealth detection meter by 1 per stage. By 1 meter per stage, so like 3 meters in total. So like that's not necessary, but we can take it later down the road. Reduces the cost of bash. Like these kind of things we'll take because they're free little buffs, basically. They're very minimal buffs, but they're free. How do you level CP? Same way you just level everything else. You just play the game, man. Gain XP. And you get there eventually. The champion points will start going pretty quickly. Like, when you hit 50, you'll probably jump like 10 or 20 levels, maybe. Depending on what you do. And eventually we'll start slowing down. What are we doing in Rivenspire? No. We want to go... Why am I in Rivenspire? Did I finish this? Let's defeat another player. Let's do a quick, like, tribute daily, like the gold daily. And, after that, we'll just crank out Summerset quests. Rather than spam, like, tribute, because as fun as tribute is, and as much as I enjoy doing it, it takes up an excessive amount of time. And it's already 6 a.m., so. Simon's crushing on the beard. You think that's what it is? Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Oh. You cannot play Tales of Tribute while crafting. Okay. Well, I wasn't crafting. I was actually just deconstructing some junk in my inventory. But, thank you for canceling my queue. I appreciate that. I had 45 seconds to make a decision, but it auto-canceled it, so that's good. Grim Focus has a burst heal at melee range if you kill the enemy. In a boss fight, that does nothing, right? Or, wait. Oh, Grim Focus. Oh, you know what? I'm thinking of something else. Grim Focus is the one that, it shoots like a spectral bow and arrow out, right? How do you move? With keys. WASD is how you move on keyboard and mouse. Alright, let me get a little bit of that, a little bit of that. He's probably gonna go either Pelin or Duke. I can't imagine it'd be anything else. Wow. Impressive. This is actually a good start for me, because even if he takes this, which I would like to have this. Oh my gosh. Alright. I need these two. The 6-point card can wait. Okay, I took that card so I can get rid of some gold coins. I didn't want them. Thank you, Simon. I appreciate the kind words that you speak. I'm gonna let him draw cards early. That does not bother me. Did I drop? Yeah, I can combo with this. And I cannot combo with that, so... I'm just gonna do, like, this. Oh, yeah. That was good. Is PC better than PS5? I don't think that that's, like... I don't think there's a yes or a no answer to that. I personally have grown to prefer PC much over PlayStation. I've never used a PS5. I've never had one. However, I played PS4 for a long time, but I will never go back. So, take that information for whatever you want, however you want. But I definitely much prefer PC over PlayStation. I don't want to get rid of that. So you're thinking of getting ESO Plus in the Arcanist audit on your desktop. You run the 3050 16 gigs DDR3. Yeah, if you're asking me if it's going to run, yeah, of course. Bro, ESO is like 11 years old. The 3050 is like, came out, you know. I mean, I guess the 3050 is not that new, but it's not that old. It'll absolutely run. Yes, Simon, I am in Froggy's Discord. Why do you ask? How do you look around? Bro, are you for real? Are you messing with me? What do you mean, how do you look around? You use the friggin' mouse, dog. What are you talking about? How do you look around? What? You know all the specs of your PC and all the details of, like, the hardware. But you cannot tell me that you don't know how to move around or look around and move. You're so full of crap, dog. Don't play. What am I doing though? Is this 2 power? I don't think I want to do the 2 power. I'm doing it anyway. That works. Brian, I don't know what you're on about, dog. No, this is not a, like, this game is not, like Diablo. It's not like that. What does the treasury thing do? It sacrifices a card and turns it into this right here. A writ of coin, which is 2 gold. What? Simon, I think that's for members only on his channel. I'm almost positive. How's this guy keep getting all this stuff to face him? Ooh, this is a good hand. Also crazy. 24 power is criminal, though. That's insane. I just got royally railed. I can't believe he just got that insane combo out. I mean, good for him, but goodness. Alright, we gotta actually win a player versus player match. So let's queue back up for that.
That storm's worsening by the second. We're running out of time.
Yeah, dude, throw something in Discord, Ernesto. I'll take a look at it. I would like to learn more about the Nightblade. I don't feel like I use it quite right, so... As far as that... What was that ability called that you said before? Wow, whatever the one is that, like, charges stacks and, like, fires a spectral arrow. I should probably use that. I forgot that did, like, a burst heal. On top
Best head inland, traveler, far as you can manage.
Spell damage.
It is only a matter of time before the Tempest over Sea Keep moves down the coast, leaving ruin in its wake. I suppose it is, but we were driven from the keep long before the Tempest began forming. Sea elves infiltrated our defenses and slaughtered the garrison. We're all that survived. That storm will finish the job unless I manage to stop it. It's no natural formation. The sea elves are conjuring it. If I could get within striking distance of their sea mage, I could break his hold on the storm and prevent the destruction to come. But that's a desperate hope for one mer. I don't need another death on my conscience, but I can't afford to refuse your help. A direct assault on Sea Keep is impossible, but if the Maormer can infiltrate it, then so can we. Meet me at the ruins down by the water. I'll show you what I mean.
Grim Focus is an ability.
Our means of entering
Yes,
Sea Keep
thank
is
you.
this way. There's no time to spare.
How do you do that?
I hope you're a strong
I
swimmer.
wish my brain worked that well. That's crazy. Oh, okay. I was just trying to look at the map, man.
Here. This is the place.
This is the entrance?
See that whirlpool? The currents are being drawn into the flooded ruins beneath Sea Keep. We should be able to follow them inside just as the sea elves did. It's that or we drown. If you want to back out, I understand.
Sure.
Good. I'm glad to have someone at my back. I couldn't ask any of my soldiers to do this.
Why not?
They've suffered enough for my mistakes, and it's just something I have to do. Come on, before the storm decides to sweep us away.
Let's go. So what drugs are you on today, bro? I will not play that game. Never in a million years. No. No. Bad, Simon. Bad. Sit down. Go get in the corner, Simon. Okay? Alright? Don't come out until you've thought about what you've done. No, I'm not gonna play Marvel Rivals. That game's trash, bro.
We made it! Too many years on dry land. There's a secret door in these ruins that will lead us directly into Sea Keep's dungeon. I can unseal it, but there's something you should know first.
Okay.
I had another reason to come here. When I couldn't share around my troops. The Maormer are holding the woman I love captive. I have to free her before the reinforcements from Alinor arrive.
Mouse, that one I can get on board with.
Because Castera is a sea elf. She is, or was, I suppose, the captain of the crew that attacked Sea Keep. Assuming her mutinous crew hasn't already done so, she'll be executed. Ultima don't suffer Maormer.
What was her role?
Bait. These ruins were the only place where Cass and I could see each other. Our secret safe place. She would signal and I would use the secret door to meet her. Only this time, I was met by the sabers of her crew. They had her in chains.
So you did this. You caused this.
The blood of the garrison is on my hands. I killed them with my secret. I can't take that back, but maybe I can save what's left. The survivors, the keep, and the woman I love. I last saw Cass in the dungeon. With any luck, she's still there.
Alright. Well, let's go. Simon, I was gonna, like, ban you as a joke for saying that. For saying that Marvel Rivals is better than ESO, I thought it'd be really funny if I just put you in like a 15-second timeout. But I thought about it and I remembered that it's gonna like remove every chat for the entire stream that you've had. So I thought maybe we won't do that. But think about it this way. Pretend that I banned you for 15 seconds and then laugh at it for just a second. And yeah. How dare you? Marvel Rivals is better than ESO. Are you freaking on crack, dude? What time am I looking at starting the FMO stream? Well, what is FMO? FMO. I'm sorry, dude. I don't know what that is. For members only? Grim Focus heals you, stacks weapon and spell damage, and deals the most burst in ESO from a single hit. Besides ultimates. Really? I didn't realize it was that good. I mean, I knew it was good, but I didn't know it was that good. That sounds kind of crazy. Ban yourself. You do what has to be done. Yeah, so the members only streams, Mouse, are, I mean, it would be technically this coming Friday, so not today. It would be like, oh, what's today's date? Today's the 30th. And tomorrow's the 1st, right? Let me just look at my calendar. It would be on the 6th. So, like I said, this coming Friday. But I think that what we'll have to do with the new schedule and all that is probably shift the members only streams to like either a Saturday or a Sunday rather than a Friday. That way, maybe like a Saturday. I don't know, dude. I don't really want to. I don't want to take shots every time I die in freaking, what is that game called? Doom? It was rough. I mean, I don't know. Drinking's kind of fun, but I don't like getting just trashed. And I feel like absolute garbage the next day, and I think I'd rather come up with a new challenge, or at the very least keep it a bit lighter.
I'll see to her boss.
So,
Cass, I need you to tell us everything you know about what your crew is
I can't
planning.
be doing that before work. That's insane.
Is it just the two of you? I suppose it'd have to be.
If we do that kind of stuff, it'll have to move to like a
garrison would
Saturday.
volunteer to help Amalma. You know the truth then, about us.
I know about your relationship. Why is she glowing like blue, dude? What's going on there?
You have to understand. The only thing lower than a mutineer to the Maorma is an Ultima. Consorting with one is tantamount to treason. Loving one, unforgivable.
You're
I
an
made them
Ultima.
party to the ultimate taboo. Now they're trying to wash away the stain.
She's an elf, dude. She's a sea elf. He's a land elf. What's the difference?
They're going to summon a storm so powerful it'll scour the entire coast clean, and this keep with it. There'll be no trace of my offense left, or anything to stand between Alinor and the Piandinian Armada. They'll be remembered as heroes. On the battlements, calling to the wind and sea. It'll be a hard slog to get there. My crew won't hesitate to lay down their lives to protect Ulsar.
I have a suggestion for our next move.
That's like so silly. They're genuinely, they're both elves. It makes no sense.
Defeating Ulsar won't be as simple as rushing up the battlements and driving a sword through his heart. He has all the power of Seakeep at his command. It wouldn't even be a contest, but I have an idea to put us on equal footing. The magic in these Aldmer ruins are the hidden heart of Seakeep's power. Without them, we'd merely be high walls and harsh words, save a few war machines. Cutting off the flow of magicka to the battlements might give us the edge we need. There are fonts that channel the power of magicka through Seakeep. If we seal them, it should prevent Ulsar from drawing more power into his storm, but the results could be unpredictable.
How?
Sealing the fonts will be like trying to plug a dam with our fingers. At best, we'll staunch the flow enough to weaken him. At worst, the strain brings the whole keep down on us.
Pan, your plan's insane.
Yeah, Mouse, I'm not gonna
I love it.
take shots of tequila before I go to work, dude. That's just freaking ridiculous.
Even if we stop the storm.
Stow it, Pan. I'm as much to blame for this as you. I'm not leaving you to fix it yourself.
Ernesto,
okay
no
turning
worries,
a
man.
blade on your
Thank you
own?
very much for hanging out.
There's no way to avoid it.
Get some
They
rest,
stopped
sir.
being my own the moment
Hopefully
they
you're in better shape than Sharp over there. But take it easy, man. I appreciate you hanging out. I hope Riley's gonna be okay. He's gonna be something. I don't know why it won't let me through this door. It's a dead end. And you too, Simon. Have a good life out there. Away from Elder Scrolls.
There's one of the fonts.
I wish you the best as well. I hope that you come to your senses and realize how silly it is to just play Call of Duty and Marvel Rivals all day, but whatever floats your boat, man. Whatever makes you happy, that's what matters. I know, he'll be back. He's probably gonna go out there and like kiss hairy men on the street first, and then he'll come back to the stream. Oh, I don't want to sit in the chair game. What are you doing?
Can't believe I let that Ultima stick me.
Why are you not dying? What in the world?
There's a font here.
Dude, I feel like Sharp gains a ton of XP, but we're gaining a ton of XP. It's like, if it's supposed to be double XP right now, but I'm gaining so much XP. It feels like way more than double. That's above. Okay. I am lost. Oh, wait. It's above me. What's going on here? I'm lost. You think Simon's downloading ESO right now? I wouldn't be surprised. I think he probably plays it in secret, dude. He's doing his dailies right now. Oh, I just freaking walked right past this, dude. It was tough to see.
The last font is just ahead.
I'm not enlightened.
I don't suppose
oh, I am
we could use
enlightened.
this
It's because
to
the day
blast
rolled
Belsar
over.
off the
That's why I'm
ramparts.
gaining so much stinking XP.
Mate, I'm too stubborn to sink Tenerife. That's why I was captain.
Lady, hold still. My goodness.
There wasn't a shred of hesitation in Tenerife's eyes. He went to his grave hating me with every fiber of his being.
And who was he?
My second mate.
Whoa.
My second mate. He was like a brother to me, but he
Whoa.
turned his back like the rest.
What?
I don't know why I expected him to be different. Not that I deserved his forgiveness.
Maybe because he was your brother and you were mating with him?
I betrayed them first. I made vows to one of the tyrants that exiled our people from our rightful home. I've lost everything because of it. Maybe I was right when I thought we were cursed.
This lady's kind of a freak, dude. Was it worth it?
Seems like a raw deal, doesn't it? My time with Pan has been the sweetest I've ever known. But I'm not the one paying for it. We chose each other over duty, and there's a steep price for that.
Excuse me. Wrong way. Alright, we're gonna hit the courtyard. You would think if you were gonna summon like a storm of some kind, something that was gonna affect the weather, that you would take the ritual itself outdoors.
The locking mechanisms are controlled from those two
And like,
towers.
you know, maybe not necessarily do it underground.
I'll take a look.
Be careful.
I can't freaking wait for subclassing, man. can't wait. I want to use the other classes. What did I say it was going to come out on? It was the 2nd. The 2nd is like... Is that this weekend? Hold on. That's freaking Monday. What a stupid time to... Why would they do that? Why would they release it on a Monday? What a hateful thing to do. Drop it on a Thursday, man. Come on. Drop it on a Thursday so people can take off work Friday and then you can play games all weekend. Freaking ZeniMax. They don't know what they're doing. Okay, I gotta find out. Oh, you know what? That's gonna be way down there. It's underneath the bridge. We'll get to it. Yeah, what Mouse said.
Rulotar! Damn it! I didn't see him escape, but I held out hope. That does it. You should meet Castira at the gate.
I'd say that normally what we do here is play video games for the channel. Like, you know, we live stream video games here, but I think typically it actually just ends up being me arguing with Simon. So, if you're into that, hit the like button and subscribe. Maybe they don't want to crash the server? Well, yeah, but what would be the point in introducing an update that would crash the server? They shut servers down for maintenance and stuff. So like they boot everybody out. They kick everybody off, they shut everything down.
Don't try to talk me out
for the
of this,
time
Pan.
needed to implement whatever sort of updates and softwares they're introducing. So it's not like the update itself would crash the server, and I mean, it could be that they want like a lighter cushion to the servers for like the first couple of days, just to like see if everything's gonna go well. But they really should be playtesting that stuff before they introduce it to the live servers, which I do believe they've got, like, because they've got the PTS, right? The playtest server, I think is what that is. And there's a lot of people that do that. They are playing the update prior to the update actually launching. So there's, you know, there's just a lot of content out there already of like, this is the best subclass. So like, they should have it refined enough to make the launch stable. You hope, I guess. There's some that'll take off the whole week. If I didn't start my new job, I might.
His storm lie beyond this gate. No matter what happens, I want to thank you for standing by me. If it weren't for you, I might never have gotten to see Castira again. If this is goodbye, at least it'll be one with closure.
You're talking like it's already over?
Charging headlong into the fray was easier when I had nothing to lose, but my courage is intact. I'm with you to the end.
Tell her that. Why am I telling her that?
Ulsar's up ahead.
You ready?
He drove my crew to mutiny, tossed me in chains, and nearly killed the man I love. I'll drag him to the bottom of Mother Sea if it's the last thing I do.
My wife.
You remember our vows?
Oh,
they were the only thing
they're
that
so
kept
cute
us
together.
moored through that miserable storm.
Is Simon still there? I think Simon's watching TikTok right now.
I said it probably wouldn't get any stronger. Damn him! I can barely hold my footing.
Keep fighting! One of us has to make it!
You can't tame the sea!
Pan! Your reinforcements! They're here! They can't see me with you!
Castira, wait!
I don't see what the problem is. I still don't understand why they can't be together. They're freaking both elves. Just because, like, one of them spends time on water and the other one spends time on land. It's like such a silly way to like Romeo and Juliet the situation. But then again, Romeo and Juliet is a silly situation.
Adrift among the wreckage of our lives.
But alive and together.
Fortune smiles with a shark's teeth.
Alright, give me my skill point.
Ulsar's dead and his mutiny along with him. I only wish I had the strength to settle the score myself. If there was any justice in the world, he'd have been forced to concede that he'd never drown me in shame. I'll return home with my head held high.
Okay, so you're gonna go back to your people, leave the man that you love, that you worked so hard to save and balance everything out to protect that relationship, and you're just gonna leave?
It'll be a long journey without a crew, but I'll manage. There's no shame in returning to port humbled but unbroken.
He's gonna go with her.
Though I think I'll steer clear of sun-kissed shores for some time. I love him, for some reason, but the walls between us are taller than this keep. Just to see him for a few fleeting moments commands such risk, it nearly destroyed everything we care about, and more. There's no place for us among Malma or Altma.
I just think that's bullcrap, dude. Smooch it out.
Did you witness a lot of coexistence here today? When we come together, we leave ruin in our wake. Take the sign for what it is. The world doesn't want us to be together. It's time we finally accepted that as the truth and stop fighting it.
Wow, she's a horrible person, dude.
Pan won't take it well,
She's
but
awful.
I think he'll understand. Thanks for everything you've done for us. May you see clearer skies and calmer seas than we.
Something tells me he's not gonna understand, and he's gonna be really upset that she feels that way.
I love you, Pan. But we can't go on like this.
I know, Cass.
What will happen when I'm gone?
Wait, he
I
agrees?
pick up the pieces. Or I
They're
find
both
myself in
seeing other
irons.
people, dude.
I'm sorry. For everything.
I'm not.
What?
The span between us may be as far as the sun and the sea, but you'll never be far from my thoughts.
The sun and the sea were never so lucky.
Is she
to
gonna
have
pull an
crossed
Ezio,
paths.
bro? Look at her. Wait. Is she doing it? Is she gonna jump off the cliff into the water? Alright, she did just kind of like fade away into thin air, but that was pretty funny. What a dramatic exit, dude.
I don't expect you to keep my secret, but I'd rather pay my penance through action, not rotting in a cell. It's selfish, but it's all I have left. I want to restore some of the damage I've caused with my own hands. I have to believe I can find redemption through repentance. Our reinforcements have arrived from Alinor. Tell the Battle Reeve what you will.
Alright. Sure. I guess the Battle Reeve is gonna be the guy that closes out our quest, I guess. I don't know. This has been a good quest. I can't lie. I've kind of liked it. I do feel like the conflict was kind of like pushed a little bit unnecessarily. Like I get it. And it is an old story, like the concept of Romeo and Juliet, but at the same time, like I don't get it.
I'm afraid we've left you a considerable mess.
Pandemalion, you're alive?
Yes.
When Pandemalion's soldiers told me he'd returned to the keep with a passerby, I thought he'd lost his mind. What were you thinking?
Didn't have a choice, bro. Come on. They were gonna kill everybody.
I'm not one to commend recklessness, but I suppose we all owe you a debt of gratitude. I don't know what's more troubling, that the Sea Elves would attempt such a thing, or that they were able to seize Seakeep in the first place.
Oh, we're gonna lie to her a little bit. I mean, we're not gonna lie, but we're gonna like leave out the part where the racism is going to interject.
I'll note your remarks for the inquiry to follow. The sack of Seakeep under Pandemalion's watch will reflect poorly, though his heroics today will temper the attitudes of the court. Your service to the crown is appreciated.
Appreciated.
You've had a long day.
Did we not
See to your
do
troops
a tribute
and get
match?
some rest.
I'm honored by your consideration.
What the crap, dude?
But Seakeep is my responsibility. I won't rest until it is secure.
Guess I got booted from the queue. Like, I know we lost the first one, but I was queued for another one, and it seems to have just, like, disappeared. I don't think we have time for a proper tribute match. We should actually, because we're in a pretty good spot, we should maybe wrap this sucker up here. I guess we could run over here and see if there is another quest, but I don't really have time to start another quest line, unfortunately. Summerset's been really good, dude. And, like, we've done all the side quests so far. We haven't even touched the main storyline. And the side quests have been good. They've been well written, they've been engaging, they've been creative and more unique than a lot of the stuff from the base game. Now, I know that this isn't the first DLC that's come out for the game, so there's some other stuff that, you know, maybe is not going to be quite as creative and quite as, like, well-crafted as Summerset. Just assuming that, like, the better... like, under the assumption that the the rest of the DLCs get better and better and better and better as they carry forward. I don't think that's going to be the case, but regardless, Summerset's been good so far.
Honestly,
So,
I think
you know
she
what?
plans to do
Before we
something
pick this up,
rash.
that's what we'll do.
Might even
We'll
attack
wrap
the
up here.
guards. Ugh,
And we'll pick
never.
this quest up tomorrow when we jump back into it. So I guess with that being said, Discord, there is a link to that down below. And, you know, love, thanks for subscribing and all that cool stuff too. And I will catch you guys tomorrow for it at 3 a.m. EST. And guys, thank you very much for hanging out. Thank you, Mr. Mouse, and everybody else that has already gone to bed because it's super late for everybody. And Simon, I know you're out there somewhere, you little freaky dog, dude. I appreciate you too. You guys are awesome. I wouldn't be able to do this without every single one of you, even if you know, don't know how to move around or look around with your character in the game. No matter your capabilities, I love you guys. And I hope to catch you next time. Thank goodness. Dude, Mouse, you gotta start getting to sleep, brother. You don't have to stay up this late for it, man. But I hope you have a good one too, man. Get some rest tonight. Sleep, brother. And I will see you all later.